after the defending champions in the women's doubles, we now have the defending champions in the mixed doubles. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, the world champions. Goodness me, I hope his aim's a bit better than that to become the match. Zhang Nan trying to throw a souvenir to the crowd and missing. Their opponents, their compatriots, the All England champions Chen and Ma Jin. Well, as with the women's doubles final, we have the quirky situation here in the mixed doubles where both pairs played against each other in the group section. Of course, both these pairs from Group A, and then they met on day one of competition. That was last Wednesday. You will receive the world champions who won in 3 close games. So the world champions and defending Super Series Finals champions in the black shirts is Zhao Yunlei, who sadly couldn't contest the women's doubles semi-final because her partner Tian Qing was injured. There's Zhang Nan, 21 years of age, from Beijing. His partner, 4 years older at the age of 24. Zhao Yunlei, 2 finals, the 2010 Super Series finals. Now the #1 pair in the world, and their win-loss record translates into 7 titles. This is their 8th final of the year, which means that when they've reached the final all year, they've won every single time. Obviously, big match players. Won their gold medal at the World Championships earlier this year at Wembley Arena, which is the venue for the Olympic Games next year, beating Chris Epcot and Imogen Bankia in the final. The British combination were an absolute sensation at those World Championships. Zhao Yunlei, jolly lucky to have her choose badminton, because she probably got a little bit influenced by her mother being a tennis coach, but decided she wanted to play badminton, and we're all very grateful she made that decision because she is a wonderful player. So to their opponents, and that's Zhu Chen, the 27-year-old from Jiangsu province. You can see their career and this year's win-loss record exactly the same, which means that they only formed their partnership at the beginning of this year. Ma Jin, 23, from Qingdao, and she's a former world champion in mixed doubles. Won the title last year in Paris with Zheng Bo. And of course at this year's World Championships, in the semi-final, they were playing against their opponents of today, when Ma Jin twisted an ankle and retired injured after the first game. Well, this is the 8th meeting between these two pairs. Of the previous 7, the world champions, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, won 5 of them, including, as I say, that match at the beginning of this tournament last Wednesday. But prior to that, previous time they played, as we look at our court officials, previous time had been in the quarter-final of the Japan Open, and it was a pretty comfortable victory for Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, 12 and 12. And let's hope for the sort of tight match we saw on the first day of competition here, when it was 3 close games.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhu Chen and Ma Jing, China. And on my left, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, China. Zhao Yunlei serve to Zhu Chen. Love all, Ning.
So the defending champions get the mixed doubles final underway. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, not only defending champions, world champions, up against All England champions Zhu Chen and Ma Jing. Well, 288 was his smash yesterday in the semi-final. Zhu Chen, fastest smash of the tournament so far. Let's hope we see that record broken in this final. Nice interception. Ma Jing was absolutely brilliant yesterday, and she looks to have started in the same vein.
Well, you said you were hoping for a good game. If that's anything to go by, room for a cracker here. That was a super rally from both pairs. As you say, one of the key battles here, or maybe the key battle, will be between the two female players on the court. Both world champions, of course, at mixed doubles. Big battle, who can create the most attacking opportunities for their partners. See a little contrast between the two male players as well in this match, I think. Zhang Nan likes to place his attack more for precision to win the points, whereas Zhu Chen, raw power really to get through his opponent's defence, hits through them.
Confusion.
Zhao Yunlei not happy with the partner there. Got a real dirty look after that one. She felt that was hers. I think she told him so.
Heavily strapped elbow today. Zhu Chen didn't have that on yesterday, did he?
No, he hits hard.
Service over.
Puts a lot of effort into his smashes.
3.
He's not always the best timer of a shuttle. It tends to be brute strength rather than technique a lot of the time. I'm not surprised if he's got a slight elbow strain. That's a good shot. Ma Jing could return. Chen stepping up on the mid-court.
2.
That's interesting, isn't it? Zhao Yunlei going cross-court and attacking the man. I think that's an indication of the respect she's got for Ma Jing's defence.
Always called good.
4.
Well, Ma Jing looking towards the umpire. Oh no, that was on the line.
Yeah,
Good call.
Good call.
So back level.
Turn, block the turn, rack it quickly up. Good mix.
Service over.
Sure, that battle on the net's going to develop as this first set goes on. It's undoubtedly Margin's point.
Good serve. Well, he created his own luck there. Zhang Nan.
Service over.
Did stepped up the court.
5-all.
Was aggressive. And sit back in a defensive position.
Zhang Nan is undoubtedly sitting somewhere in the crowd watching this. Mixed doubles coach.
There's a demonstration again, Margin's defence. That was a super cross block. She was under big pressure.
5.
Power smash to her body. But her partner, to be honest, technically not as good in defence. Chen got himself in a bit of a tangle there.
Service over. 6-all.
Another one finds the back line.
Service over. 7-6.
Time looking that one well out.
Service over. 7-all. Zhang Nan.
Too much.
Service over.
Drift in the hall from left to right as we look at the court. Cross lift just being caught by a current of air. Takes it well out of the side. Decision from Chen, really.
9.
A couple of poor decisions, in
7.
fact. Came in, took the shuttle above the net and blocked, which meant his partner was stranded at the back of the court. And then the next time he got in the point, he went cross and opened up his own court. That's where he is strong.
Yeah. We were talking yesterday about his tactical
9.
naivety in mixed doubles and how he does like to use his power, which means at times he's not thinking so much about the placement. 281. Well, getting close to his record from yesterday. Because mixed doubles is such a complex game, such a complex discipline.
Again, that's the poor shot.
Yeah, that's a prime example. Yeah.
Doesn't read the game there that Zhao Yunlei stayed up the court.
10-8.
It's a poor drop, really. Particularly as he took it quite short in the court. That was a chance to use his power. He'd got the girl in front of him. If he'd have hit a power smash there, Zhao Yunlei would have had no chance. Just poor reading of the situation.
the mid-game interval. The world champions with a 3-point advantage.
Interval.
And for a player who relies so heavily on his power, if he has injured that elbow.
Well, maybe a couple of indications. Last 2 points went for the slow drops instead of the smashes when he was taking the shuttle quite away up the court, really. Margin concentrating very, very much on trying to take the shuttle early in the front court and block to get the shuttle in the air, so presumably she is expecting him to smash.
20 seconds.
Otherwise she'd probably be playing a little bit more aggressively from the forecourt.
11, 8, play. Full.
Good return. Push with the legs,
Service
took the
over.
shuttle early.
9,
Straight back into
11.
the body of the server. Same from his opponent. Same return into the body.
service over. 12, 9.
Zhao Yunlei quick to get in behind the return. Different sort of attack. Zhang Nan concentrates more on angle and placement.
9,
There's a good example there.
Oh, great interception from Zhao Yunlei.
Yeah, good teamwork. Zhang Nan again concentrating on placing the smash, limiting his opponent's options, setting it up nicely for his partner.
It's going wide, well wide. Goodness gracious.
That's a big miss.
And it's quite noticeable now in the game. First half dozen, maybe even more rallies. Ma Jin was totally dominant. She was very much involved at the front of the court, and now she's been cut out a bit, really.
Yeah, they're concentrating more of the play on Zhu Chen, particularly on the third and fourth shots of the rally, trying to keep Ma Jin off that net position. See, pushing down the sides, not giving Ma Jin the opportunities to intercept.
16,
At the moment, the partner's not really dealing with that game. Lots of mistakes coming from Zhu Chen at the moment.
Oh, this is extraordinary.
17, 9,
6 straight points. 11-9. You think it's pretty close. You think it's going to be a great battle, and suddenly the world champions just up their game. 6 straight points. And put a very different complexion on this opening game. Good rally.
Good rally. For that run of 6 points, I just wonder, Jill, you If there's one player on the court who probably needs a coach and needs advice and
17.
some instructions to what he should be doing, it's probably Zhu Chen.
Yeah.
And with this being a China-China match, of course, there were no coaches in the interval. It looks as though the world champions have taken advantage of that situation, got themselves well organised in the mid-court break.
No doubt, though, that Ma Jin won't be hesitating about telling him what she expects of him.
No, I'm sure she was given instruction, but whether he listens as closely to Ma Jin as he was to Zhang Jun, I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Super block. And again, Ma Jin driven off that net position. Defense worked. Forced to take up a very deep position, and Zhao Yunlei here, she has to come off, help her partner. Zhao Yunlei just using the space that's been created in front of her. It's a good mix though. It's teamwork, good understanding between Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Great serve. Smash, there's that power. Using the body smash.
Service over. 11. 18. Service over. 19. 11.
Like this, you can't afford errors on serve. Gifted point.
Service over. 12. 19.
Well, the indecision at the back of the court from Zhang Nan.
It was a great recovery, but Ma Jin was there ready with a lovely tumbling net shot. You see it, hesitation, great touch, good recovery. Ma Jin, lovely touch at the net though. Zhao Yunlei unable to control the direction of the lift, the spin that she put on the shuttle. Originally all directed at Zhu Chen. They do feel, I think, that his defence is maybe not up to the job.
20.
Just the final shot across the court,
30.
but yeah, again the racket work's just not good enough, is it?
No.
Doesn't recover his position quick enough, and he was forced to play the between the leg shot.
So 7 game points now to the defending champions. Great defence. Couldn't do it a second time. So the opening game to the world champions, Zhang Nan and Zhao.
First game won by Zhang Nan, Zhao Yunlei, 21-30.
Umpire confirms the score, 21-13. 18 minutes of play. Well, I did think that Zhu Chen was really found wanting in that opening game.
Yes, he's just a little bit at sea tactically, isn't he? He's not reading the game really on the mid-court. He's relying on Ma Jin getting in and playing tight blocks so he wins some time in the rear court. It's a little bit limited really as a tactical plan for a match. also in defence he's been found wanting a little bit as well. Technically he's got real problems when the attack is switched across him, and particularly when it's steep. The racket work's not great from low down. That's so bad when the shuttle's coming at him flatter, but when the angle's really steep, he doesn't adjust his position very well. Margin's been hard at work on him in the break. It's Margin that's been doing all the talking.
Well, not only was Margin doing all the talking in the interval there, I noticed that Zhu Chen was doing all the nodding.
Second game.
Agreeing with what she was saying.
Play.
See if he can implement any of it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the basis of the plan.
Service over.
Plays one block, gets
One
out,
low.
hits the power smash on his female opponent. So he's going to try and step up the court, put a bit of pace on. He's not comfortable in the mid-court push game, that's for sure. There's no pace on the shuttle. He's never really sure what he should be doing with it.
Decision this time from Zhao Yunlei.
Yeah. Good tactics though.
Love.
Keeping Zhao Yunlei pinned in the rear court, away from a favoured net position. Eventually, she made the error of judgment. No pace on, you see there, just not comfortable, lets the shuttle come to him. Loses precision, it's way out the side of the court. Needs to be moving on to that shuttle.
That's nice.
Yeah, all stemmed from a good return serve from Margin.
Service over. 4.
Put her in good, good position, sees the space, blocks it off. Nice play. I should be disappointed there.
Service over.
Same space available. Missed it.
First of all, the defence from Zhao Yunlei got one back that seemed unbelievable. We didn't see it all, but then the dive backwards in court from Zhu Chen. Well, just shows why it's worth the battle, worth the fight. You never know.
That's fantastic. And he hasn't got time to think. He's a great athlete when he's reacting to the shuttle. He's good. His problems come when there's no pace on the shuttle. That's good penetration with the attack again. He's shaking that arm afterwards. He's obviously got a bit of a problem. This is his strength. Getting up high, getting down hard and steep. No pace on, poor shot.
Service
think
over.
can put pace on himself or play the
6.
delicate shot. That's where he's got problems.
As you suggested right at the start, intriguing battle between the two women on court. Who can get to the net first and dominate from the front. Still difficult to tell who's really winning that battle.
Yeah, there's been spells where Margin's been able to control it, but
Service over. 7-4.
you couldn't really say she's dominating the position
No.
at the moment.
No.
I mean, her opponents today, they know her so well. They're trying to keep her out of the game where they can. Pushing through to Zhu Chen. Again, Margin driven off that net position. And then
Service
they look
over.
vulnerable.
5-7.
Long off the back line.
Just out. Good reactions.
6.
Just lost control
7.
of the shuttle. Again, that mid-court
7
push to
all.
Zhu Chen. Again, the mistake.
So the world champions back level.
Such a difference, isn't there? When they've got the attack, they look good. Margin's in the
Service
game.
over. 8-7.
Nice touch, nice vision. Picking out the space.
Play.
Again, the attack directed at Zhu Chen.
Service over. 8-all.
Wide and long, I think.
9-8.
Yeah, that was a chance, wasn't it? Took it early. Above net height.
And it was this sort of stage in the opening game where the world champions just started to pull away and pose themselves. Another one drifts along.
There again, problem with Zhu Chen.
10,
No pace on the shuttle.
8.
Loses control. Nice touch from Zhang Nan. Saw, or sensed maybe that Margin had drifted across to the straight and he changed the direction.
Well, on a run of 4
11,
straight points to
8,
the mid-game interval.
Jamal.
With a 3-point advantage.
character of the match is how when there's less pace in the rallies, you know, Zhou Chen really struggling. It's a real contrast, isn't there? When there's pace in the rallies, Ma Jin and Zhou Chen look as though they've got every chance of turning this round. Faster, quicker rallies, they're very comfortable. Zhou Chen able to impose a little bit with his power and his speed. And when their opponents can just take the pace out and take the heat of the rallies, the character of the game completely changes and they look completely dominant.
Yeah. I suspect, though, that Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei just have too much tactical nous to allow that to happen.
Yeah, they're finding ways to take the pace out, push through to Zhou Chen, not give him opportunities to get his pace into the game, get his power in. That's good from Ma Jin. Actually working away from the rear court up to finish in the forecourt. 3 shots, always a change of direction, always a change of pace. There we see it. Really good play.
Just wide. Didn't miss by much, I can tell you.
No, it was on, wasn't it? She didn't want to lift. For a little cross angle, a little bit unlucky.
Some of the fans here, and it is a packed arena. Estimate about 7,000 at least.
Service over. 12-10. Zhao.
Yeah, just long from Ma Jin. It was just as well. She stepped up, tried to be aggressive in defence.
Subtlety
not his forte, you'd have to say. The little block return, but missed it.
Low serve is called good.
Great serve, Ma Jin trying to be aggressive, getting in early. Serve was too good.
Well, I seem to remember in the opening game from the mid-game interval, it was the world champions that had a little run of points, 6 points, that really made the difference in the opening game.
Yeah. A lot of similarities here.
I've opened up a 5-point cushion now.
That's good from Ma Jin. Good return, pushing past Zhao Yunlei this time. And anticipating the straight return and dominating that net position. Good mixed.
There's the power play again.
Yeah, when he's got the attack, he looks a different player. Rarely fails to win the point once he's got time in the rear court. Nice switch of direction, wasn't it? Left, right.
Service over.
Shuttle early.
16.
Time for Ma Jin to organise herself. It's good this time. He steps up the court, puts pace on, creates his own pace.
13, 16.
This time he's got to take a few risks like that. Try and play a little bit higher on the court.
Short lift.
Service over, 17, 13.
He'll regret this one, I think. Could have been a real momentum point for them. Could have put that anywhere. Anywhere on the court would have done.
Just thought before the rally started, this is a must-win rally as far as Zhu Chen and Ma Jin are concerned.
19, 13.
Yeah, I think that smash mistake a couple of points ago just taken the heart out of them.
Yeah, well, you said at the time, you may live to regret that.
Yeah, it would have pulled them within 2 points. They'd have had service. Suddenly, it's a 6-point gap.
And their opponents just 2 points away from retaining their title.
Service over, 14, 19.
Missed again. And that error.
Service over, 20, match point,
and Zhao
14.
Yunlei with 6 match points. Saved with the power smash.
Service over, 15, 20.
This time, second time of asking, and a second consecutive Super Series Finals title for Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Victory for a second time this week over their compatriots Zhu Chen and Ma Jin. 21-13, 21-15.
Match point by
Today's
Zhang
final.
Nan, Zhao Yunlei, 21, 13, 21, 15.
And they really showed today a maturity and tactical awareness that Zhu Chen has yet to find. So there, the celebrations begin for the world champions, and a second Super Series Finals title to their long list. 11 career titles now, and that's how they took their 11th. 21-13, 21-15 in 38 minutes. So 2 finals played and 2 titles being retained by the 2010 winners. First of all in the women's doubles, one's Zhao Yunlei and Ning, and now in the mixed doubles, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei retain the title they won last year. Next up, men's doubles, and then women's singles, and men's singles will finish off the 2011 Ning BWF World Superseries finals. To the defeated finalists, Chen and Margin, the current world #2 ranked pair. So to the champions, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, their 8th final of 2011 and their 8th title. They keep their record throughout the year of winning every single final that they've reached. That really is quite remarkable. Vice President of Badminton World Federation, presents the trophies. Well, for Chen and Margin, 2 career titles, 2 this year because they only formed their partnership this year, but it's the 4th time that they've had to settle for second best. Whereas the champions, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, really have had an incredible year. $2,000 for the winners. yet another title for Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Their 8th this year, their 11th title in total.